I'd like to apologize on behalf of myself from last night. The views expressed by Stamp on my stream last night do not reflect the views of me tonight. Okay. Just thought I'd point that out. I actually, I actually ended up messaging or whispering OG Ryu and apologizing. Because I did kind of handle that like a piece of shit, so. Basically, it was like a foregone conclusion that I was gonna lose the set to him, and I just started trolling and mashing buttons, so. Yeah, I was down 5-2 in our set, and I was like, yeah, this shit's over. So I just started mashing low forward from full screen and just let all of his fireballs hit me, and then he just left and said that I was wasting his time. And I wouldn't be happy about it either if I were in his shoes, so I can understand where he's coming from. So after I finished up last night and I ended the stream, I just went ahead and DM'd him. I was like, hey, hope you know it was nothing personal. You know, I'll man up and finish the set next time, you know, GG's. And he was like, no big deal, GG's. So, yeah, right here. I just said, hey, hope you know it was nothing personal, dude. I gotta man up and finish sets, GG's. And he said, all good, bro, no big deal, GG's. First to 5? Nah, nah, man. Not after last night. Not after last night. I need a break from Street Fighter. I think we're gonna be rolling with Street Fighter Saturdays. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, XQC has Linus on his stream. Look. XQC has Linus Tech Tips, dude. What the fuck? His PC's actually gonna get built correctly this time. This video's gonna blow the fuck up, dude. Hey, what's up, Dr. Red? Just a joke. It was all just a troll. And you can see his camera crew.
This guy right here. So this is from Noctua. I don't know how much it costs.
Oh yeah. That's one.
150.
Oh hell yeah, Noctua?
Yeah, that's the one.
If I run into any trouble with the liquid cooler, I'm just gonna go straight to this because I know for sure we have the right mounts. And in terms of reliability,
This is so crazy. We've been waiting on this collab for like years.
So is it the one that has like a brown part under, or like is something brown near the bottom part?
it's brown.
Yeah.
I know. I tried to get the black one, but they didn't have the black one in stock. And I'm just sitting here going, I'm like, if I show up, okay, and I fix one of the biggest streamer in the world's computer, and then like freaking next week it overheats or something, because they have the black one that's like the little one, I'm gonna look like an idiot.
You will.
So
unless there's like a chicken PC incident, which happened in the past a couple times. You know, it's just streamer stuff, but
That's awesome though, dude. I'll be excited to look for the actual Linus video when it does come out. What are you up to tonight, Dr. Red? Good sir. What about you, Burn? And what about you, Dave? What are you guys up to tonight? Are you just chilling in Cedar Rapids? I gotta blow my nose. Not been up very long. I got jury duty tomorrow? Oh yeah, so you're off work tomorrow. Nice, dude. You know, I've never received a jury summon in my life. Ever.
Booty food cool TikTok dad yawning sound slowed plus reverb food booty fun spaghetti street fighter booty TikTok dad yawning sound fart reverb plus slowed down booty funyuns.
Damn, dude, that shit would have gone crazy in the club. That shit you just played would have gone crazy in the club, dude. This is my first summon. Yeah, I've always, like, I know some people that have done it 4 or 5 times. I swear they basically roll the dice. They basically roll the dice and select people, and then they just keep selecting them over and over again. Because I've been in the workforce for going on 10 years, and I've never received any kind of summon. But I guess, you know, it's not like there's so many cases going on that everybody's going to get a chance to do it, so. But it would be bizarre. I don't know what I would do in that situation. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this really quick. So right now, I am not using the Bridgecast. The reason why is because the onboard mic processing is just nowhere near as good as the GoXLR. It's going to take some time. They need to update the app. And it's weird because, like, nobody is talking about this thing. It's been out for now 4 days. Usually whenever a product comes out, YouTubers are talking about that shit. The picosecond the, what they call the embargo is lifted, meaning they can post public videos of the reviews of products they've usually had. But every time I search for this and I sort by uploaded recently, there's like a few videos of a few Japanese YouTubers. And that's it. Look, if you search Roland Bridgecast and you sort by upload date, unboxing ASMR, further testing, and then a Japanese YouTuber, another Japanese YouTuber, Roland Mexico's official video, and just testing. But like no big YouTuber that reviews tech is like talking about this thing at all, which is bizarre. So I mean, hey, at this rate, by the time I do finish my video, see, they announced this thing over a month ago. So at this rate, by the time I make my video, I might be the only fucking person on the internet talking about this thing. Which is fucking bizarre. But right now, I like a little bit before but you know, I just like the way the mic sounds plugged into it a little bit better. Woo! Sorry. But yeah. They just need to do a little bit of work with the software and then it'll be where it needs to be. But right now, it's just not as good, dude. Like, I want to show this as just an example. I want to show this as just an example right here. So in terms of mic processing, meaning compressor, noise suppressor, low cut or high cut filter, de-esser, EQ, all this stuff, basically everything that you do to process your mic so that it doesn't just sound like you don't hear the room ambience and you aren't getting too loud. If you get right the fuck up on the mic, it doesn't peak. And trust me, I was talking really fucking loud right there. All that stuff combined gives you a good mic sound, all the processing. So here is the Roland processing. So it does have a compressor, it does have a low cut filter, it does have a noise suppressor and a de-esser. But this gate, which basically means when I stop talking, it cuts the mic out completely. It just stops you really only get two options. You just set the gate and then the threshold. However, on the GoXLR software here, look how much more robust it is. The gate gives you 4 entire options. You can set how fast it enables itself, which is the attack. You can set how fast it shuts itself off, which is the release. The attenuation is how quick it starts gating. And then there's the threshold here. So the Roland only has the threshold. You just basically turn it off or on and you set the threshold. That's it. It doesn't have attenuation, attack, or release. So what I noticed is when I get done talking, it's like instant. It stops and shuts itself completely off on the GoXLR. It's instant. But when I stopped talking on the Roland, I could hear it go like the room noise. You would still hear the fan for like half a second and it would slowly just fade out. And that's because you're not allowed to set the attenuation or the release time. That comes from a slow release time. Okay, that was fucking weird. Okay. Whatever. It just randomly threw a USB firmware error while I was messing around in here, which it does tend to do whenever I'm messing around with the app. But basically, that's what I'm trying to get at is, there is still a lot more options that this has. I'm sure the Roland software could eventually get here, but right now it's just not. It's very, very primitive. Like, it's obviously like version 1 of their software is what I'm trying to get at. There's a lot of things that they need to add to specifically this section. However, the rest of the software is pretty good. You can set the sound effects, which I did. I set this to play sound effect A, which I set to the sound right here. So I was playing this last night, no problem. It's got all the other settings, and here's where you do the levels. So this is basically the 4 sliders that you see on the GoXLR, and there's 3 more channels you can adjust. But these are the ones that I've assigned to the volume knobs. So basically, yes, it's a great product. I also really like the way it looks. I know that sounds stupid, but when it's actually on and you see the lights on the dials, I think it looks really good. But the problem comes in just by nature of the fact that the software is just not ready yet. Like they need to work on it big time. It's just such an early version of a product. It's like it's just unfinished right now. But you know, that's what happens when you buy something that has literally just come out on the market. So it's great, but if you're going to use this, you're going to need something like the DBX 286S. I do have one, so maybe I could combo that with this and get good mic processing. But basically, I have that connected to my work setup right now. So the DBX 286S is a piece of hardware that does all that processing for you. This is what it looks like. So basically, you plug your mic in right here, and then it gives you all these options: compressor, de-esser, enhancer, expander / gate, and output gain. So if you plug your mic into this first, you dial in all of your processing settings on this, and then you go into the Roland from this, then you'd have a really sick setup. The problem is this thing is like $275. So immediately you have to combine the $300 of this plus $275 for this just to get a similar sound that the GoXLR gives you all in one device. So you see where that's not really feasible. But like I said, I do intend to continue using it. I just didn't want to continue using it tonight because I didn't want to have to go in there and unplug my DBX and bring all that shit in here. So for right now, I'm just, on the GoXLR as usual, but I will bring that in here and see if I can combine the two and see if once I combine the two, it's better overall. Either way, I wanted to talk about that because I do intend on making a video comparing the two. And I do still intend to do that. But I would just say, in the short term, I would not pay $299 for the Roland Bridgecast right now. You can't even find... Now, there was literally only one review posted on Amazon the last time I checked. So we'll see if there's any more reviews now, but I couldn't find a damn single person talking about it. Really weird. Like, it's already out of stock on sweetwater.com. Already completely sold out. Oh, they actually have one called the GoPro X audio mixer for smartphones. Well, here's the thing, Jordan. It's like, I actually I didn't intend to pick this up, but I just noticed that it had come out and I saw the video about it. Now, the problem is where I'm doing the 30-day stream, I don't really have time to, like, while I'm live, shoot this video. So I'm probably going to have to do this on my off days, which are Tuesday and Wednesday. But I just wanted to talk about it because literally it seems like nobody else on the fucking internet is talking about this thing, which is weird because, like I said, usually in like audio gear, especially streamer audio gear, there's like 6 or 7 different YouTubers that talk about shit the millisecond it gets put out on the market. Impulse buys. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like I just saw it and I was like, wow, that actually looks sick. Like, Roland is known for really good audio shit. They have all the same voice effects, so I can still do shit like this. I showed it last night that you can still do voice effects like this. But yeah, their software, like I said, their software is just not ready for prime time right now. They need to update it big time. However, once they do, it could potentially be better than the Go XLR. And something else, I talked about this the other day. Check this out. This is really cool. TC Helicon, which is the company that makes this thing, the Go XLR, I mean, they actually have a Discord. So they've got a Discord channel where you can go in here and it's called Soundcheck. Look at this. Literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people posting their audio settings. And everybody is talking about, what should I use for this mic? What should I use for that mic? And you have all this big community of people working to help each other find the best possible settings for every mic. SM7B, Go XLR mic. Not sure what to go for. Like, they have developed a community of people that help each other get the best sound possible. Like, it's going to take a while for roll. Yeah, no optical. Well, here's the thing. What I'm doing is I'm using the shit Modi, which is a digital to analog converter. So I'm running the optical into that, and then I have a red and a white RCA out that I then plug into the aux in. So yeah, you only get aux in that you have to use for console versus the Go XLR. You just plug the optical cable in, you get pure digital. So that is an improvement, but you can still get console audio here. It's just not as convenient. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like they have a whole fucking community of people. Like, how many people are even in this Discord? Like, there's a shit ton, dude. Look how many people are in this Discord. You can just scroll forever. Holy fuck. All these people helping each other find the best possible settings. Like, there has to be like 800, 900 people in here. You know, and you can search for any mic you have. You can just keep going down the list. Search for the SM7B, and here's all kinds of people talking about it. Support, FAQ, read only. Share your voice effects. General. Like, there's just so much shit in here that you can use, and that's what's really cool. That they've created basically a community of people that are all helping each other get the best settings. I think that's really cool. You're doing it all wrong. The real way to do it is to call everybody else a stupid prick because they're not using either the headphones that you like, the DAC or amp that you like, or just to straight up call them a moron because they spent money on something that you didn't also spend money on. That's how we fucking do it in the audio community. That's how we fucking do it. Everyone was making fun of each other and calling people's gear dog shit. Oh yeah, that's the majority. For sure, that's the majority of people. Yeah. Hey, welcome back, Dr. Red. How you doing, sir? Oh yeah, they also did a giveaway. They did a giveaway on here of a really cool one-of-a-kind Go XLR that was like Stormtrooper colored. It was fucking crazy, dude. Calling them deaf and brain dead if they won't say their headphones are scientific perfection. Well, I know who that was. That sounds like Novrot. I'm doing great, man. I hope you're doing well. Let me see. I know, they were brutal against him because he was brutal to them. Let's be honest. He was very fucking, Yeah, apparently there's another competitor out there. Now this actually looks like it could be a good competitor. This is called the M Audio M Game or something like that. Somebody posted a picture of this. So it has XLR in, a gain dial here, all the same line ins and outs, a foot pedal that you can use to enable stuff. Here's optical for console, 2 USBs for game computer and stream computer, and a power. Like, this thing might actually be pretty fucking sick. M-Game RGB dual. What? It's only $199? What the fuck? That's such a good price. 4 sliders, mic volume, all the samples, voice effects. Dude, this might actually be the Go XLR competitor that people have been waiting on right here. USF4 has to be the most toxic community. It depends on how you handle yourself. Like, if you are someone who rage quits, if you're somebody who calls other players out, then yes, you can make that a very toxic community for yourself. But if you're cool about losing, if you take your L's like a man, if you tell everybody GG's even if you lose, it's not that bad. It could definitely be worse, I'll say that. It could definitely be worse. Maybe Five Nights at Freddy's the worst. Nah, CSGO is pretty bad. CSGO is very bad, actually, especially if you get into like the really high level competitive scene. They'll call you we'll just say they'll call you an R-tard if you run instead of walking, because running lets the enemies hear your footsteps. So it's one of those communities, dude. League of Legends is very bad as well. Let's be clear. League of Legends is horrible. They don't get off scot-free in this situation. Yeah, pretty much the only problem with this thing is that it's ugly. But, I mean, who gives a fuck? It's basically got the same type of design features as the Go XLR. Glossy black top, rubber pad style buttons, sliders and big dials and shit. But it does have a really good set of I/O on the back. That I'm impressed by. And a power switch. So this thing could be really good if the preamps in it are good and shit. Well, yeah, and the fact, what's up, bros? And the fact that CSGO is a game that is just not forgiving whatsoever. You okay? Or, sorry. I didn't mean to ask if you're okay. I just wanted to say bless you because I heard you sneeze. You good? Okay. I might be protective, but I ain't that overprotective. Goddamn. I heard a sneeze. You good? Woo! I ordered Bridget a second monitor. I look over at her. She's only got one monitor. It's like a 24-inch. She literally has... Yeah, that's what I was going to say, dude. I was watching that earlier. It looks really good, though. The PC looks really good. They finished it, it looks like. Look at that. I'm not a fan of AIOs, really, but they do have Noctua kit in case that doesn't work. But basically, what the hell was I going to talk about? For 3 hours straight, I wrote 2,000 words. Cameraman is a fucking Chad. True. What was I... oh, yeah. So, Bridget, I got her a second monitor. When I look over at her monitor, she has HBO or Hulu or Netflix on the left side, and she literally drags the window to where it's 50-50, and she has a game on the right side. I was like, dude, you need a second monitor. So I got her a 24-inch IPS 1080 144 hertz Acer monitor. That'll be her new main monitor. Because she was literally doing this shit right here. Let me show you. And she's still doing it right now. I was like, no, 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 no. We don't do this anymore. You can literally ride my bike to the Linus Film Studio. Yeah, it's right here. This is how her screen is set up right now. She's got a show that she's watching here and then a game that she's playing in her browser over here. I'm like, dude, you need a second monitor. Yeah, I wish it was no way, but that's exactly what I'm looking at right now out of the corner of my eye. That's what I'm spying with my little eye right now, and I don't fucking like it. You can't just let the game fucking win like that. I love that an official troubleshooting step, if the USB keeps disconnecting, is to wiggle the USB cable until the lights come back on. That literally sounds like something a 7-year-old would tell you to do. If you just mess with the cable and move it around until the shit works again, now that'll actually fix it, you know what I'm saying? Look. This is from them, by the way. This is a bot that they set up. Try wiggling the USB cable where it connects to the back of the Go XLR. Okay. I will try wiggling and or jiggling it. That should fix it. Damn, I wonder if even Linus is nervous. He's got 78,000 people watching live. Bro, as big as Linus's YouTube channel is, he has never had almost 80,000 concurrent people watching him at once. He's got to be at least a little bit nervous. Because he's so used to pre-recorded stuff that's heavily edited before it's uploaded.
Almost like a time trial. And it'll compound.
Oh, interesting.
Because Windows 11 has full screen something compatibility problems. I don't know what issue it is. If I'm in a full screen game.
Whenever I read bot messages, I read it in an aggressive tone. Yeah, it's like, hey, figure it out. That's the type of tone that I picture when I read bot messages like that. Yeah, just wiggle the USB cable, you dumb idiot. You fucking moron. Get it together. It's like, oh. I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was that serious, dude. Alright, you guys down for some Nightmare Fuel videos? Because I am. I had a rather fucked up dream today on lunch. I have lunch around 12 to 1 p.m. every workday, and I went at 1 today. And I was asleep for only 40 minutes, but I had a dream that felt like it lasted 3 hours, where I was in line at some random school, not my personal grade school, middle school, or high school, or even college. And there was some guy who was just a really aggressive, like, redneck type, you know what I mean? Like, you know, really aggressive, like would drive a big truck and rev that shit in your face type guy. And he was just saying all this really heinous shit to me under his breath, like calling me every fucking name in the book. I don't even know why we were in this line. And I turned around and a dude that I recognized from high school was in the dream. And he was just like, he leaned in really close. He's like, dude, don't worry about it. I'll take care of that guy. He's like, don't worry about it. I got it. And then some teacher pulled me aside and they were like, yeah, that guy that said all that stuff to you, he was a maintenance worker and he resigned immediately as soon as I brought it up to him. So you don't have to worry about him doing that to you anymore. And I was like, and I remember being like, okay, I didn't need the dude to get fired. He just said like 3 words to me, but okay. And then later on, about 2 hours later, I am my current age. So I'm 28, sitting in a class full of what looks like high school people. And this guy comes back with his entire family and they all have power tools and shotguns and shit. and they go in and they just mow everybody down. Everybody. And I run away and I'm like, oh shit, I found somebody that can help me. I grab the dude on the shoulder and I ask him to call the police. Then it turns out he's a member of that family and he just bashes me in the head with a sledgehammer and then I wake up. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It took me a little bit. Like, usually when I wake up from a dream like that, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. And then I just go back to it. But that one had me a little bit shooken up. It took me like 20 minutes to be like, all right, I'm ready to like do my job again. You know what I mean? Like, it was so graphic and it just came out of nowhere. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if it was like RE7 that I was channeling a little bit with this family. I don't know, but it was fucking freaky, man. That shit had me shaken up. And I was training somebody today too, so I had to tell him, like, you know, I just need a couple minutes, and had me fucked up, man. Everywhere I turn on Tumblr, it's fucking vanilla extract. Why is vanilla extract such a hot topic? I've actually been having that dream quite a bit lately. Not the violent part, but the dream of me being my current age in college again for some reason. It's so fucking bizarre, dude. I think because I still have a lot of regrets about what happened when I was in college, and sometimes I'll dream about like being late for class or my grades not being good. It'll happen very rarely, but it does happen from time to time, and it's really weird when it does. You know, I have dreams that I'm back in the same classes that I struggled with and the same classes that forced me to, like, drop out and, you know, take a break from school, that type of shit. Anyways, so I already had my nightmare for the day, so I guess the fuel tank is empty, so I guess let's go and we'll fuel up on some nightmare shit again, so. Yeah, we watched the Resident Evil 4 remake footage last night, which was very cool. I think it does look good, although I do agree with what people say about the rain looking really bizarre. But, anyways. Yeah, it looks really good. I wish it didn't have those two guys from Game Informer talking about it the whole time, or talking over it. But, yeah. Alright, so we'll just do the classic scariest things caught on doorbell camera footage, volume 1. Hey, it's another YouTube channel called Creepy Cam. Part 28. Dude, there's literally so many videos like this. The problem with it now, though, here's the problem with it now, is there's so many people making scary footage on Ring doorbell security systems that all do well. I have to imagine a lot of this shit is probably fake and staged for like TikTok or whatever. Because that's how everything goes. I don't fucking know. It was a poll because Tumblr added polls, and the poll was for someone to make a cake, and they said that they'll add whatever percentage on the poll into the cake, and the most popular thing was vanilla extract. It's at 58%, by the way. What the fuck? So they'll add 58% vanilla extract. Well, whoever eats that is just going to have like alcohol poisoning immediately because real vanilla extract has alcohol in it. Okay, we'll watch this from Fear Tales. Let me turn my fan off really quick and we'll get to this video. But then after the Nightmare Fuel, we'll try to finish Dead Rising if that sounds good to you guys. But if you want me to play something else, I always say I'm an agent of the people, okay? So if you want me to play something else, we'll do it. I know, but I'm just saying. All right.
Colorado liquor store was robbed twice in one night, according to the owners, with surveillance cameras showing a Hummer ramming through the store windows. Two people got out of the vehicle, one of them going in to access the ATM. But since it was bolted to the ground, the suspects determined the best way to loosen it would be to hit it with the vehicle, which they did.
What the fuck are they doing? Oh my, what? So they're just gonna run this, they're just gonna destroy this whole fucking place? For what? A few $100s in the cash drawer? Or some alcohol?
They then secured a chain around the ATM and the cryptocurrency machine
Oh,
and tried to pull them out with the Hummer.
The ATM and the cryptocurrency machine.
The chain snapped. They then tried to pull the machines out of the store with their bare hands. They were able to load the cryptocurrency machine into the bed of the truck, but after a third or fourth attempt of the ATM, they broke it apart and were able to make it out with the cash box.
Jesus. Fucking idiots. Oh damn, he's got a fucking bullpup rifle out. All that effort.
When the police showed up, the suspects were gone. When the owner showed up hours later, he was robbed yet again when someone went through the store and stole random merchandise.
Jesus.
The uploader of this TikTok video says that their neighbors got robbed by two gunmen.
They're gonna be waiting for them to open the door and then they'll just run up probably. Oh, dude, speaking of this, I literally had some shit like this happen to me the other day. So the way that our schedule is, I just want to tell this really quick. I drive Bridget to work super early in the morning. She has to be there by 7 a.m. and I usually have to time in by either 7:15 or 7:30 a.m. So hands behind their back and their hoods up. I couldn't tell if they had ski masks on or what, but I couldn't see their faces. They had their hands behind their back and they were just walking up in the parking lot toward right where I was. And as soon as I got out of the car, they both started speed walking even faster toward me. Again, still with their hands behind their back. So I took like 3 steps because my apartment breezeway was right there. And then I just fucking booked it. Got in and closed the door. And I didn't see him out my fucking people, but I don't know why the fuck they were speed walking to me with their fucking hands behind their back, dude. That shit freaked me the fuck out. I definitely didn't get much sleep that day. And this is not like a dangerous neighborhood or anything, but that had me fucked. Had me nervous as fuck. Yeah, I know. Because, you know, it could have been nothing, but at the same time, what would have happened if I didn't take it seriously and run to my door? Like, I don't fucking know. Maybe they did have guns. Oh, the alarm went off. That's what that sound is. The security alarm went off. Jesus Christ.
This person tried to steal the Ring doorbell camera from this home, but wasn't smart enough to realize that it was bolted on.
Damn, fucking roasted. There's a spider web on there, dude. I can see the spider moving. I hope he gets bitten. Also, people don't realize that just because a lot of people think that if you destroy the camera, the footage disappears. Like, the instant it sees motion... yeah, that's what they were doing. They're trying to give me a free PS5. The instant it sees motion, it turns itself on and it starts recording to your phone, to a cloud server. So even if they destroy the camera, the footage is always going to be on your phone. Fucking idiots. We saw a video where people got incriminated even after they destroyed the camera because the footage was still around. Or they got convicted.
In this video, a strange man asks this homeowner if he can use the bathroom. But the homeowner says that he doesn't feel comfortable with him doing that.
Hey, how's it going?
Sorry, it's going good. May I use your restroom?
Nah, but I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm sorry.
It's alright, it's cool.
Yeah, or do you live around here or something, or what?
No, I'm just in the area and I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Oh, the community center might be okay, but I don't know you, bud. I'm not comfortable with that one. Sorry.
Sorry. Thank you, though.
This one's not that weird. That wasn't that weird. What the fuck? I mean, who knows what that guy's intentions were? I didn't know that, so Stamp indirectly called me a fucking idiot. No. I'm just saying, you would only be an idiot if you were trying to break into somebody's house and you thought that destroying the Ring camera would mean that there would be no footage of you doing it. Yeah, I've had the app before. We've had the Ring security camera system before, and it records directly to your phone. So even if they destroy the physical device, it'll still exist on your phone in Amazon's cloud server or whatever it is. Wipe the tears, dude. You don't have to cry. But yeah, if somebody knocked on my door and asked to use my bathroom, I'd say no as well. I'd be like, bro, there's like, go to the nearest McDonald's. There's fucking 30 McDonald's in every town in the United States. Go to McDonald's, go in there and take a piss. Don't do it in my apartment.
Watch this attempted robber fail spectacularly at his mission.
Does he have a mask on? Yeah, use a fucking bush or something, bro.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, hi, can I help you?
Yeah. We work around here.
Sorry, what?
And I work around here.
You work here?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
I worked for your property before, a long time.
I don't know. Are you looking for someone or can I help you with something?
Yeah, I do your driveway, do the step, do the tile before a long time.
This guy can't even put a sentence together.
Okay, I guess, you might be working with a previous owner, but I don't know you. I don't recognize you.
Oh, okay. I owned the shop before. The tile in the front of your house before a long time. And your daddy?
What the fuck? And then he just walks off. Dude, one of these ones that we saw, this guy wasn't fucking having it. He came up and this guy just started spouting a bunch of bullshit as to why he needed to be in the house. And the owner was like, hey, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I got a fucking 12 gauge that I'm ready to blow your goddamn fucking head off if you say anything else. And then he just goes, okay. And then he just walks away and like waddles away like a kid lost in Walmart. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. That homeowner was not fucking around. He was going to blow his ass out of here.
I'm sorry,
Hello?
Honestly, that's what you got to be like sometimes, dude. You got to be more aggressive than they are.
Tell me. I'm not at home. I'll be there in some time. I don't know what
I'm someone style the before for your property. In the front house.
What are you looking for? I'm sorry. I'm in a meeting right now, but can you tell what are you looking for?
Oh, you know nobody house?
You shouldn't have said that.
No, I'm outside. I'm going to be there in about 15-20 minutes. I'm out on a meeting. So I'll be home in 15-20 minutes.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, never admit that you're not home. You should always act like you're home. Even if you're not. That way they don't get too happy and shit. Like, if you say that you're not home, they may not give a fuck what's going on. They'll just break in.
This man thought that he was going to break into their apartment.
See, this freaks me out because this looks like my old apartment complex.
Can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Watch him. He's probably just going to start kicking the door, I would imagine. Yeah, here he goes. Watch, he's going to start kicking. Oh, okay. Or he's just going to walk off.
The uploader says that they were asleep on the couch, and the incident scared them to death.
Yeah, we had similar shit like that happen because there were crackheads squatting in an empty apartment across from us.
At about 1 in the morning.
And a couple times we woke up at 3 in the morning, or I would wake up in the morning at 7 to go to work, and then I would check my phone and see that a motion alert happened at 3 a.m., and we'd see some actual crackhead turning our door and trying to put their weight against the door to get it to open.
This guy broke this homeowner's window, trying to get in. But unfortunately for him, the police were waiting just behind him on the street.
Okay, well, first of all, he needs to go to jail for that haircut alone. So, press charges immediately just based on that before he's even broken anything. Oh, cop showed up immediately. Get the fuck out of here, buddy.
This is a classic case of instant karma. Look at this incredibly disturbing lady trying to break into this person's house in the middle of the night.
Actual crackhead? Oh yeah, she's on meth or some shit. Yeah, I know of a lot of people. I know I used to live in an area that was really bad about meth labs and shit, and a lot of people do this. They start mumbling to themselves. They do a lot of weird tics where they move their fingers through their hair a lot. Yeah, it seems like a grandma. That's like a major method.
Hey, you need to leave.
Why?
Well, I'm not home.
You shot your pants. And you better not need to cover them up. We're not covering them up. My son's in there. Yeah, you better. And I got you caught up here. You're in trouble, Paul. Chris. Don't let me in, Chris. Paul. Come on.
All right, you need to leave out. They're going to law it.
I'm a witness. Get it. You're going to get it.
What the fuck is she talking about?
You attack me tonight, you better work. Now you're right. I got all the videos. You're off. You're off.
Get out there and break our wall.
Okay, I'm going to go help your mom and your dad. Then they go there and cut them up and throw to death.
What the fuck is she on about? Talking about him pulling his pants down and he's been caught? What the fuck? Actual just meth ramble.
This TikToker writes, a man showed up to my porch and dropped something. I called my boys, and this is what I caught my son saying on my Ring camera.
The door locked.
I got the key.
What are you trying to get?
Shit, ain't shit in there. Oh. My fault, Mom. It's the top lock. Oh, this the wrong key. She locked both of the doors.
That's just wholesome. That's not scary. Dude, that hoodie goes hard, though. God damn. Wait, so who was that guy behind him?
He said something? No. To where?
Yeah, who was that guy?
Where? Look. Girl, go down the street.
I thought that guy was with them.
We ain't see nobody. Where he at?
Oh, damn. She's pissed.
Where you at?
Yeah, who the fuck was this guy walking up with him? This guy right here.
To enter this house, but unfortunately for them, the alarm got activated. The soon-to-be victim ran so fast that the camera didn't even pick him up leaving. According to the uploader, the guy in this video had previously tried to break into their house. He has not been identified to this day.
See, this is that shit that freaks me out about buying a house somewhere, dude, in a neighborhood I'm not familiar with. Because you never know when some shit like this is going to go down. Yeah, that's the most suspicious shit, when they don't even knock and they just grab the doorknob. You know, they're just like hoping that you maybe forgot to lock the door. I don't ever forget to lock the door. One of my last roommates did, and it pissed me off. Because what if they forgot to lock the door and they just went to fucking bed, and then a crackhead opens the door at 3 in the morning? What would have happened then? You know what I mean? Always quadruple check that your shit is locked, and that's why.
When this guy was caught trying to break into this house in broad daylight, he was confronted by the homeowner. He then gives one of the worst excuses you'll hear in a while, saying that he thought this was his house.
Wow. He just got confused on whose house it was. That happens.
Hey, yo, what you need?
My bad. I thought this was my house.
Why are you trying to open the door?
Because I thought it was my fault.
Hey, get out of here, bro.
Alright.
Come on, shut up in the phone. What the?
Yeah, that just happens all the time. You just forget whose house you're at. That was an honest mistake. I don't hold it against them. That was an honest mistake. I'm joking, by the way. Okay, yeah, I get it. That footage was tough to look at. We're so out of focus.
This guy was caught stealing from this homeowner who had just moved into the place less than a month ago.
What the fuck is he doing? What is he even? Oh, it's like a pitchfork? The fuck is he doing? Is he trying to like shut the electricity off for the whole place? Where is this? This looks like Vegas or some shit. This looks like a nice ass house though. They got a hot tub. It's gated. Oh, he actually got in? Oh shit, he actually got in.
You are currently being recorded.
Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, now he starts booking it all of a sudden. Oh, please.
You are currently being recorded.
Wow, he made out with a single duffel bag. Good job, bro. You did it. I swear to God, dude, some people. And the sad part is, if they wear gloves and a face cover, it's almost impossible to identify them. The people who broke into our apartment were wearing like dish cleaning gloves or whatever, you know, like those yellow cleaning gloves and shit. They were wearing those, and all the fingerprints that they left on everything were just the rubber texture or pattern that was on the fingers of that. So no prints and have never been identified to this day. Gotta love it. Okay, this clip has just gone on for way too long.
In Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Oh, not Florida.
A man is seen walking up to a house. He wiggles the doorknob and tries to get in, but thankfully is unable to do so.
He's like considering whether or not he should knock, and then he thinks better of it.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, he's just gonna walk off probably.
Who are you?
Stay tuned for our #1 pick that will shock you.
Oh. Well, usually when you say stay tuned, there's gonna be like an ad or something, but he just immediately goes into it. Stay tuned for, and then #1 just shows up.
A Ring doorbell video shows a break-in happening at this house in the Iowa City area.
Wow. Nobody saw who that was just because he put his arm up. Yeah, see, now they're going to destroy the camera, but the footage is still there, you idiots.
Thanks for watching.
Jesus. Scary stalker stories caught on TikTok? No, I won't watch that because I know that can be a very sensitive topic for some people. Mr. Nightmare has a video called 5 Disturbing Voicemails with Backstories. Now that one I probably couldn't watch because actual voicemails and actual like 911 calls, those are ones that fuck with me the most and cause nightmares. So I would probably have to, you know what, I'll pass on this one, but I'll put it in the Discord if you guys want to watch it. I'm just going to have to pass on it for now. Anyways, what do you guys think we should play tonight? Should we continue on that? Internet won't let me watch stream. It's okay, Dr. Red. We, as always, appreciate you hanging out, man, and have a great rest of the night. So would you guys prefer that we play Dead Rising, or what should we play? Oh, why is my music not playing? I just noticed that. I didn't even mute it. Okay, there we go. I think it's where I had to unplug and replug in the USB cable. Oh, that's Madhouse. Yeah, Sick Boy added that a long time ago, I think. I just finished Madhouse like 4 days ago, though. What's my point? Dude, the fucking Grammy Awards going on right now. As if people give a fuck. The Grammys are such a goddamn joke. It's just the same like 4 or 5 artists winning everything in a row. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, you know, mega hit, just mega stars that have a bunch of people writing their own albums. Like every album by a person like Taylor Swift or Beyonce has like 30 writers on it, if you guys didn't know that. They have a shit ton of writers on each one. A scammer opens my camera but is shocked by his own webcam. Hey, we played a new Chillazar game like 2 days ago, Dave. It was called The Karaoke. And nobody told me. Bro, it was like 3 in the morning. I think you were long gone at that point. That was the day that you said you were at the bar and had nothing else going on, though, so... Yeah, nobody to blame but yourself, okay? Nobody to blame but yourself. I argued with someone about T Swift and they were trying to tell me she wrote all of her own songs. Oh, good God. Dude, did you know that... Here, I'll prove it. Taylor Swift's dad bought like 10,000 copies of her first album so that it would show up on the bestseller charts. Taylor Swift's dad bought a $300,000 stake in her debut album by Big Machine Records. Did Taylor Swift's dad really buy 100,000 copies of her first song? I'm answering this question anonymously for a number of reasons. I do not wish to inadvertently become tabloid fodder. But some of Taylor's closest friends did know they were taking place. Let's see. Yes, of course, you'd be a fool to think this doesn't happen. That's how the Beatles got to the top of the charts. Their manager, Brian Epstein, bought tons of singles when they were first released to escalate their chart success faster than other groups. Yeah. Oh yeah, the corporate music machine is one of the most evil things in the world. Easy. I mean, Simon Cowell has had like a chokehold style grip on the entire music industry in both the United States and the UK for like 40 years at this point. Basically going back to the late 80s. Well, no, not nowhere near 40 years. What the hell am I talking about? In 4 more years, it'll be 40 years. But he started around like 1987. So, literally, you know, if you don't, nowadays, it feels like in the UK, if you don't know Simon Cowell or have him on your side, you're just not going to chart. And that's how it works. It's like you got to be willing to sign the exploitive contracts. You got to be willing to do whatever they ask you to do, or they just won't give you any airtime. They won't play your song on the radio. They won't, you won't get any charting songs. They'll make sure that your shit's buried. That's how it works. Beyonce has made history at the Grammy Awards. Like, literally, who gives a fuck? Sets new record for most Grammy Award victories of all time. Wow, okay. No playlisting on Spotify, exactly. No songs out on streaming services. Nothing. Like, it's so easy. And your label, I was watching this thing the other day. You guys remember TLC from the 90s? Of course you do. Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, No Scrubs. There's a video about how they sold 100 million or something like 10 million or 100 million albums, and each one of them only walked away with $50,000 after all the contract bullshit was sorted out. Selling 10 million records and still broke. That's the video. Right here.
Trust me, you can sell 10 million albums and be broke if you have greedy people behind you.
They be there, but they won't get a push. Yeah, exactly.
This is how a group can sell 10 million records and be broke. And everyone, get ready to do your math. When we first started out, we were kind of cocky. Okay, there are $1 million. Seems like a lot of money. 56 cents.
Okay, so each one of them makes 56 cents off each album sold.
$5.6 million. Seems like a lot of money. Well, it's not a lot of money when the record company has spent $3 million to record your album. And in the record business, we pay all costs back to the record company. We pay recording costs, video costs. So now we have $2.6 million left. Well, guess what? When you have that much money, you're in about the 47, 48, 49% tax bracket. So that immediately gets deducted to $1.3 million. Then you split the rest 3 ways. You got about $300,000 a piece, if that much. Okay? $300,000. I can buy a nice house with that. And what am I going to pay my bills with?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. That's how it goes, dude. So they generated $5.6 million of revenue, and immediately they had to pay back the record label for shooting the video and for recording the album. They immediately had to pay them back $3 million of the 5.6. So there's the biggest chunk of it right there. Then a shit ton of the rest of it is taken for taxes. Then they ended up with about $300K each. Awesome. and then they buy a house and they have nothing else to pay their bills with. So they sold 10 million albums and still couldn't afford to like buy their own houses or whatever, which is pretty fucked up. But that's how the industry works. And Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins talked about this a lot too. He appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast a while back, like a few years ago. And he basically said that what'll happen is they'll find these young, talented bands and they'll offer them, they won't just offer you like a 4-year deal or like a 2-album deal. They will offer you like a 25-year record contract or a 7-album contract. Left Eye burnt down a house. What do you mean? But yeah, they'll give you like a 25-year deal or some shit, or they'll give you a 7-album deal like they gave Radiohead. Like EMI, the label, they gave Radiohead a 7-album deal and their first album wasn't even out yet. Oh, TLC. Yeah. That's why you use their fame to get sponsorships and do terrible commercials for the real money. True. Actually true. But yeah. And the reason, and he explained on the Joe Rogan podcast that the reason why they do that and the reason why they sign people, oh yeah, the girl, okay, I see what you're saying. But the reason why they do that is because they want to basically anticipate your entire professional arc, right? They want to, he explained it as the reason why labels will sign a young, talented, say like 19, 20-year-old band to like a 25-year album or 25-year deal is because by the time you're in your mid to late 30s, they expect that your quote unquote creative juices will start running out. And at that point, the label will have to step in and start helping you put albums out and start helping you put new music out. And then at that point, they will TLC you by saying, well, hey, we came in and did the writing, so automatically you owe us writing credits. And we did the recording, so you owe us recording credits. And we did the music video shooting, so you owe us money for that. And, you know, they basically want to come in toward like the twilight stage of your career and just suck all the rest of the remaining money out of you. So they're anticipating your entire creative arc as an adult. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't agree to it, rip the contract up, you get nothing. If you're like, oh, I don't, fuck that. Like I still want credit for all my shit. They'll be like, okay, well then we'll just tear up the contracts because there's 30 or 40 different clauses in there that protect the label from any and all liability of anything ever. So they're like, okay, well, we'll just tear up the label, or we'll just tear up the contracts and then just go get fucked, basically. Good luck getting another contract somewhere else. That's how it works. It's a fucking evil, predatory ass industry. It's like, we signed you when you were 19 years old, you were fucking bright-eyed, you had all this talent, and now here you are at like 38 years old, and you're still under the same label and the same contract, and now you need our help. We got to step in and help you write your albums. That's exactly what they want. And if you don't agree to it, they will take everything. Or sometimes even worse, if the record company is conspiring with like TV companies or media companies, they'll just put out fake articles about how horrible you are to work with. And that's what they did to Dave Chappelle. Like, Dave Chappelle refused to sign his Comedy Central contract. And he said on the way out, one of the executives at Comedy Central grabbed him on the shoulder and they were like, if you walk out of here, we're just going to say you're a crackhead and you're tough to work with. He's like, make your decision. You either sign the contract or we ruin your career. So he walked out, and by the time he made it home, by the time his flight landed in his hometown, it was done. Every article, Dave Chappelle's a crackhead, he's so difficult to work with. That's why the contract fell through, because it was all his fault. That's how it goes, dude. That's how it goes. That's how the industry works. Very fun. Especially when you realize that, like, there's no way to, like, you know, beat that. There's no way in hell that individual people or indie record labels can compete with that. Like, the people that determine whether or not you get airtime, the people who determine whether or not you have a positive spin in the media, the people who determine whether or not you've actually done something that they say you're going to do. When out of nowhere, you can just be accused of something by a big company and you can't do anything to defend yourself, that's where it goes. Like I was saying earlier, if you refuse to let the label step in and leech a bunch of money out of you, then you can get fucked easily. I want to write more. I feel that. I really want to make this YouTube video comparing these two devices, but I gotta wait till Tuesday. But it's fucked up, man. And it happens in more industries than just music, you know? And when Billy Corgan was talking about that, he's not under any specific contracts anymore, but he was under a contract from like age 21 to 43. He was signed to a 22-year deal. And he was talking about that, and he was like, I was talking to this executive in the industry, and I was like, you know, why is it that you guys sign people to such long deals, and why do you come in at the end of their careers, sort of, and just try to buy them back in? And he was like, he said the person just told him, well, there's always a price. Everybody has a price. You know, when you get older, when you're pushing 40 and you don't think you have, like, you're like, fuck, I don't think I have another song or album in me. You know, like I've written everything I could possibly write. Like, I just want to hang it up. No, they're not going to let you just hang it up. You got to put out more albums. You got to fulfill your end of the deal. And if you don't fulfill your end of the deal, you just lose a shit ton of money, or you get your reputation ruined. You don't get to choose when you retire. When you sign contracts like that, they choose when you retire. I wrote too much today, but writing gremlin is strong. I feel that. See, I like Ace Frehley from Kiss. He said something that's really funny. He was like, you know, all the other members of Kiss used to get mad at me because they would say that I'm lazy. He's like, and I am one of the laziest guys in the world, but when I work, I go 100 miles an hour. He's like, I may not write a song for 6 months, but then I'll write 12 songs in a weekend when I'm inspired, because that's when you write your best stuff. That's how I feel about stuff like that too. Like, when I want to write or when I want to make a YouTube video, I have to be like just in that mood where I'm like, yes, let's just get this shit made, because I want to do this right now. And that has ended up being some of my best stuff. Like the streams as well. When I've just done really impulsive streams and we've had a lot of fun. Those have been a lot of fun too. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, you know, you could, oh wow, Nick Crowley uploaded YouTube's Darkest Videos 4. I love these videos. I actually kind of want to watch this, dude. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think for the most part, you do your best stuff when you're motivated like that. I don't feel like forcing yourself to do things is a good idea ever, especially when it comes to creative things. However, I do agree that sometimes people always give this advice of like, I saw this from some motivational speaker like years ago, and it has always stuck with me. I heard this probably around like 2017 or 2018. Recently, this guy, Andrew Tate, has been saying it, but he definitely didn't come up with it. I've been trying to find where it originally came from. It was like several years ago. But anyways, the guy basically said he hates the advice where people say, oh, just do what you're passionate about. He hates that advice because that would mean that you're only going to do things that you enjoy. And the unfortunate reality of careers and the job industry, or the workforce in general, is that you're going to have to do jobs that you don't enjoy to get where you want to be. So if you only do what you're passionate about, you've now fucked yourself, because, you know, there's going to be a job you're not passionate about you may have left that could have ended up being the best career decision you ever made. And he was like, you shouldn't be passionate about your job. You should be passionate about success, and you should be more focused on discipline than being passionate. He's like, when I wake up and I do everything I need to do for my business, and I, you know, check on everything, and I do all this stuff every single day. It takes several hours, but I do it regardless of how I feel. Whether or not I'm feeling passionate that day, I still do it because I'm disciplined, and that's why I've been successful. And I was like, I can respect the fuck out of that advice, because I hear all the time people just saying, yeah, just do what you're passionate about. But it's like, dude, hard work beats talent any day. I've always felt that that's true. Like, yes, you can be passionate about something and very naturally gifted in it, but hard work toward a goal is always going to be better and more impactful than that. Always. 100% of the time. I want to be a therapist, and that's a lot of hard work. Exactly. And if you were just doing the part of therapy that you were passionate about, maybe you wouldn't be able to get there. But if you're focused and you go through all the training and all the schooling, and you get your, I believe you would have to have an MD, I'm assuming. You get your doctorate, you get whatever you need to get as far as credentials, and then you get there. You know, you were disciplined enough to make it there. And then you're good. But if it's like, oh, I'm not really passionate about college, I'm just going to drop out. I'm not enjoying myself in college, so I'm just going to drop out. It's like, what? You were so close. You know, all you had to do was stick it out for a few semesters. You could have had your degree. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. So yeah, Andrew Tate is like, there's a famous video of him saying it, but he's not the guy that came up with that or that started saying that type of stuff. There was definitely another motivational speaker that said that before him. I like, you know, I'm really into, I don't think I could necessarily be a motivational speaker, but I'm really into those type of videos because I have learned a lot from them. You know, there was a Rats Bambino. He's not in here super often, but he's the guy I call Ryan from PA. He said that a lot of his friends have wanted to stream, and they always will like try it for maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They'll go live like 3 times a week, and then they'll just say, fuck this, bro. Nobody watches. Nobody cares. Fuck this. I'm not going to stream. It's like, dude, you don't understand. This is a 24/7 industry, okay? It never sleeps. Ever. You can't just give it 3 weeks and then give up. You have to fucking... When you want to be a streamer, you want to be a YouTuber, this has to be a fucking 10-year plan. Okay, you can't just do it halfway. You got to put years and thousands of hours. It's a lot of legwork. You cannot just do it for 3 weeks, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's not how this shit works in 2022 or 2023. The mental health in and out of itself, branching out and breaking out of your comfort zone, you're going to hear all kinds of fucked up shit from people. Yeah, exactly. If you're not prepared or you haven't had the proper training to deal with that, you know, that's going to be really rough. You know, there's think about XQC, okay? He's literally the #1 streamer on Twitch. Have you seen how many days of streaming that he's missed in the past few years? I think there's a website that actually shows you how many days a certain person has missed. I don't think he's missed, I think he's maybe missed 10 days in the past like 3 years, and I'm not shitting you either. Yeah. Like, dude, this is fucking unbelievable. Look at his hours, dude. Look at his hours. Average viewers, 28. Look at this. Hours streamed. We're in the 80,000 range. Look at this. Every month he streams like 319 hours, 312 hours, 298 hours. And I streamed 157 hours in October, and I thought that was a lot. Look at his hours, dude. This is the type of effort you have to put in. 300 hours in 1 month. What the fuck? Yeah, this is the lowest, but that's because this month just started. In fucking sanity. Hey, what's up, Mac? I was talking about how some people will try to do... streaming. They'll do it for like 3 weeks and they're like, fuck this shit, bro. Nobody watches. Nobody cares. I'm out of here. And I was talking about how, like, dude, that's not how it works. Since January of 2017, he's been putting in insanely high hours like this. That's 6 straight years, dude. 6 years of this kind of effort. This is the type of effort you have to put in. If you want to take this shit seriously, you have to go all the way with it. You cannot do this shit halfway. Yeah, everybody missed you, Mag. I was actually, I'm not trying to be mean, but I was actually really surprised when I saw your resub a couple days ago and you were chatting. Because I like hadn't even gone in the bathroom to put my shit on yet, and I was like, oh damn. But yeah. And his average stream duration is 9.4 hours. Okay, my average stream duration is like 4 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, so an additional 5 hours per day is what I would have to put in just to match what he's doing on a daily basis. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Look at this. Since 2017, okay, how many days has he missed since 2017? This is nuts right here. Okay, so that's 6.2 years. In 6.2 years of streaming, he has only missed 161 days. What the fuck? Out of 2,273 days, he's only missed 161. What's the ratio on that? Yeah, he's only missed 14% of days. So he is live a good 85% of the year. What the fuck? He's live 86% of the year. That is fucking insane, dude. Yeah, I heard PewDiePie and Marzia, his wife. I don't know if she's his wife or just his partner. I'm pretty sure they're married. What's up, sick boy? Dude, I was talking about XQC stats. He has been live 86% of his life every year since 2017. Isn't that fucking crazy? In 2,273 days, he has only missed 161 days. Unbelievable. And his average stream is 10 hours. Look at these goddamn hours. 21, 9, 18, 10... 18, 14, 11, 10, 17. God damn, dude. These are nuts hours. 7.5, 10, 10, 17, 10. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, it's got to be tough. I mean, I understand that when you basically click go live and you just print money, I understand why it would be very addictive. Of course, because like you literally just go live and money just flows in at an insane rate. Of course, that's got to be super addictive. But just the way that he talks about streaming and how passionate he is about it, it's like, dude, it's no wonder. He doesn't even have time to enjoy his money, wasting his youth. I know, that is an interesting point. It's like, dude, you are like a multi-millionaire at this point. Like, you've made it. You could quit streaming for 3 straight months and come back and everybody would welcome you with open arms. You could spend 3 months just going traveling everywhere around the world. Hell, you could even live stream it if you wanted to. But he's still here streaming 10 hours a day. It's like, that is, I mean, that's some fucking dedication. He's got 70,000 concurrent subs right now. Unbelievable, dude. He's about to come up on 20,000 hours streamed. That's why you cannot do this halfway. People like him, you're never going to outwork them. Okay? You will never outwork XQC as a streamer. So the best that you can do is put in a long amount of time, and I'm talking like 5 years at a minimum, as often as you can possibly stream. That's your best bet. You cannot compete with this kind of work ethic. It's not possible. Unless you don't also, unless this is your full-time job, you cannot compete with this. Yeah. Yeah, it's because he's live so often that he doesn't even have time to cook food. He just has to order food 3 times a day. This isn't Madhouse. This is why I don't come back. Wow. Shots fired. I gotta blow my nose. But yeah, he orders food in like 3 times a day because he literally does not have time to cook. And that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, you cannot take this shit. You can't phone streaming in. You know, if you're not in it 110%, that's it.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money. Pay my bills.
Why is it so small though? Here, I made it quite a bit bigger. I think I'm using Streamlabs. I want to replay that last one and see how big it is now.
Cheapo.
Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. I'll put it right there. But yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's crazy. And every day that goes by, streaming as an industry just gets more and more competitive. So it gets even tougher, you know, to quote unquote make it. It gets even tougher every single day that goes by. And, you know, it's just a highly competitive industry. It's never going to be easy to make it in streaming. That's just never going to be the case. So the best thing that you can do is just put as much legwork in as possible. You know, Mag obviously was a huge help in where I am now, where I'm able to re-upload my VODs and I don't have to worry about the big backlog of videos. Like, there's a backlog of an entire goddamn year of VODs that I will never lose because of her. Now, speaking of which, though, I got to get on the case and start uploading my shit. I haven't uploaded anything in like a month at this point. Yeah, the last one I uploaded was literally a month ago. But I did a lot, okay? I uploaded a lot. I did 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, 30. So I uploaded 30 streams. And that's a lot of hours. Now, I did just straight export those. I didn't do much else on them, but hey. If you speed up a song and put it on a video, you won't get copyrighted because of how the system works. Yeah, because part of the bot is detecting the exact like BPM that the song plays at. So if you play it at a different BPM, it makes it really tough for it to detect. That's true. So yeah, my thumbnails are pretty basic. But hey, they get the job done, dude. I'm just basically pulling like the Steam game icon and just throwing it on there. So, oh yeah, Max, I meant to ask you since you're here, is the gold chainsaw the highest that you can go right now? I feel like I remember that being the case. I should be able to check that myself. Because the gold chainsaw is 2.5 years and I'm on silver now. Yeah, let me check my dashboard and see what's up with that. I always forget where the fuck it is. Affiliate, I think is where it's under. Yeah, subscriber badges. Yeah, the gold chainsaw is the furthest that it goes. Yeah. 2.5 years is as far as it goes. Mag, we gotta get a platinum chainsaw, dude. I can get past the system. This is mostly for any speed paints I post because no sound videos are boring as hell. Yeah. But yeah, you can go all the way up to 2.5 and then we don't have a 3-year badge just yet. But as an affiliate, the highest it'll let you go is 3 years. And then I can't unlock this until June of this year. Because that'll be 3.5 years of me being an affiliate. Would look too much like silver though. That's true. We could try like diamond. What about diamond? Or maybe just a black chainsaw with like a glow on it or something. I don't know. I'm surprised they even let me use a bloody chainsaw. This is my favorite one. Just because it's black and red, but I'm surprised they even let me use a bloody chainsaw as my sub badge. The diamond chainsaw, dude. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Clean! The chainsaws are so hard to see, though. Are they just small in general, you mean? I feel, yeah, these are definitely bigger. Yeah. One of my favorites is this one, the glowing red. You spilled Kool-Aid on it and that's the story. Very true. True and real. But yeah, I feel like we tried making them bigger and it didn't really work because the chainsaw like blade part would bend really in a really weird fashion. So I don't know. See, I never really figured out what my icon should be anyway. Like, when I sit down and I think, yeah, it looked like a banana chainsaw. When I sit down and I think about what my sub badge should be, I don't even really know, you know? The Room 302 thing was cool when I was actually using that scene, but I don't use that anymore. The chainsaw is definitely more along the lines of what I would want, but again, it's kind of tough to do that because of the shape of them and the way that they have to angle a particular way. The best sub badges typically are the ones like Caleb Hart 42's has like the Mega Man helmet that keeps getting more and more advanced. I need a stamp brand. Like, what could my thing even be? You know? I just don't know. A shotgun as well, but you know, you're typically not allowed to use weapons. It's difficult to just, it's difficult to come up with just like an icon or a logo, you know? It's not easy to come up with a logo for yourself. Your brand to me is other brands, so it's hard. Something that defines everything that I do or like. Oh god, that would probably be a headphone or a mic, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. Like, somebody already has the umbrella logo from Resident Evil, so that wouldn't work. I think Bak Basoup has the umbrella logo, so that wouldn't work. I don't know, man. It's actually really tough to think about, because I used to, when me and Mag were brainstorming stuff, I used to think about it for hours, and I still couldn't come up with anything. That's the shitty part. SH's Halo of the Sun slowly getting more filled in. I think there's a streamer who already has that. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Like, I'm super sure that a streamer already has that. Let me see. Let me check the chat on one of their VODs. Make sure it's muted first, though, because I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. No. His is the Halo of the Sun. Yeah, so that wouldn't work. He even has a custom moderator badge. That's also the Halo of the Sun. PP bar. Yeah, from Dead Rising. It's tough, man. It really is. One logo, like, I mean, as far as games, obviously it would be RE7. Is there any kind of logo from RE7 that I could use? Maybe that. Oh, maybe this. What if we could do a shrunken version of this? A shrunken down version of this, maybe, or something similar to it? Because there's a version you can find of this, and you see that it's Mia without the mold on her. I swear that logo exists somewhere. Yeah, here it is. This is the version without the mold on her face. It would be way too hard to tell. Yeah, I think it has too many details to it. It'd be really tough to see from a distance. I know. It's hard, man. It's really tough. Goop juice. Yeah. Because you don't just have to think of a logo, you have to think of things that you can add to the logo as the month streak gets bigger. So there's a lot of things you got to consider. It's not just the initial logo. You got to think of how you can expand upon that in the future. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are some classics for sure. Rose. The different chemical bags from RE7? Yeah. Actually, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be. The chem fluids from RE7. Could start with green and then go red and blue and make different colors like a silver and a gold, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't even have to be bronze, silver, or gold. Like, a lot of people don't even have sub badges like that. I mean, my sub notification has been this forever.
That's special.
So it has to tie into RE7 somehow. So, I mean, that helps us narrow it down, knowing that it's from that game. I just don't know what to use from it. And obviously I can't use character art because that's illegal. Copyright. Would be cooler to do a whole color wheel thing. Yeah. A color wheel would be ironic as fuck considering I'm colorblind. Prob honestly hire a Fiverr artist and they could come up with something. Tell them a theme. Yeah, that's true, because, you know, it's like that shit where you just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Like, you never know, you might see something that you may not have even considered originally, and you're like, yep, that's it. You know? It's like, damn, that's it immediately. It's the fucking putz emote, dude. A whole color wheel thing? Do you mean like with the chem fluid bags or what? Just a single logo that runs through all of the colors? Just make the sub emote my face. Are you even allowed to do that? You might be able to. Yeah, the sub badge. Oh, okay, that is what you meant. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I don't know. For some reason, I thought you wouldn't be allowed to. What the fuck? That's their badge? That's disturbing, dude. He's staring at me as I'm typing in the chat room. The image gets more deep fried. AOL chat room. Oh wow. Yeah, that would definitely fly, Mag. That would definitely not get me banned immediately. I don't know, man. It's tough. And the first one is the one you get for being sub for 3 years is Lauren Armstrong. Not Mr. Not a Whole Lot himself. Like, of course I could use this, but I don't think you can use an image of a real product. I don't think you're allowed to do that at all, actually. Even if it's just the same shape as this, like upside down or something, I don't think you can do that. That's not allowed. The guy who shat the bathroom, Josh Cologne. Come on out, Joshua. Sorry, I gotta get it to focus again. There we go. Whew, that was fucking with my eyes. Like I said, dude, I don't know. It's so tough. Pizza Predator should be the intro, a classic. Like, it seems like other people think about this way earlier than when I think about it. The most consistent part of like Caleb Hart's stream is it used to be that he would speedrun Mega Man games, so it makes perfect sense that his sub badge is a Mega Man helmet, you know, and it just keeps getting more like more bells and whistles added to it over time. I would have to think about the most consistent thing on my stream, which would be either the stuff that I use in terms of headphones, mics, that shit, or the games that I play, which would be Street Fighter 4, which I don't really want my channel like to be branded around, that's for sure. I just want to do that as at most a once a week casual thing. I don't want to make that the whole. But if you plan it from day one, you'd look like a douche. No, I just mean it seems like people had this figured out or thought it through a lot earlier than when I do. Snick, that's true. Yeah, Snick is very consistent here. And the crown gets bigger per badge. Yeah. Dual shocks. Yeah, I was thinking either DualShock or an upside down SM7B. Like this this logo here. I know I have it somewhere. I downloaded it. This right here. I really like this photo. Like this flipped upside down I think would be a good sub badge, but again, I don't know if you can yeah, she was. I don't know if you can use a photo of an actual product or the likeness of an actual product as your sub badge. But I mean, hey, how can he get away with using Mega Man helmets with no problem? But this upside down would be pretty sick. That would basically force me to never be able to switch mics, though. No, that exact photo wouldn't translate well at all. I know. But this mic upside down does make a good logo. The high emote. I don't know, man. It's tough. And it's one of those things where, like, the harder you think about it, the harder it is to come up with something that you actually want to use. I would say something Dead Rising related would be cool, too. Oh, yeah, I could use that. That actually is not a bad idea at all. Something from the original 06 Dead Rising would be cool. Wait, I just thought about something. What if we did Frank West holding different colored TVs? Would that even work? I play Dead Rising like once a year. Yeah, but I fucking love the shit out of the game. Like, imagine if it were this, but he's holding a different object every time. Nah, I don't think the logo's big enough for that shit to work. It has to be smaller. It's got to be way smaller than that. Yeah. It's tough, man. Oh, damn. Dude, there's an Isabella statue. That looks fucking sick. Look at this. Look at this character art, dude. What the fuck? They should make a statue of that. That's sick. A big icon that's easy to tell. Yeah, see, when I think about it that way, though, Dr. Red was in here earlier. When I think about it that way, though, the only thing that it could possibly be is either fucking headphones or a mic. You know, a recognizable icon would be the only thing that I could do. I thought about the hats once, but that didn't turn out very well. Like, I thought about a hat that looked similar to this with something. Yeah, Dr. Red was in here earlier. He said his internet was really bad and he wasn't able to keep watching, though. He told me the last few days he's had to watch on like 144p just to be able to hear it. Maybe a symbol could be made for you. Yeah, very true. Very true. Maybe I could say my name and some things that I do, and then maybe somebody would be able to throw a logo together. Like Sick Boy said, maybe just reach out to somebody on Fiverr and see if they'd be willing to throw a few ideas my way. Fiverr Twitch store. Get all the Twitch services you need. Yeah, hey. Rose, if you'd be willing to do it, I'd be willing to pay you. You don't have to do it for free. Yeah, because I mean, part of it is you're going back and forth and working with them. What? What the fuck? Dude, did somebody hack my Fiverr account? No, member since July 2022. That's not me, but somebody on here marked the name as Aiden Holmes 13 and my username and password worked. What the fuck? Did somebody hack my fucking Fiverr account? What the fuck? Aiden Holmes 13. And it has like nothing on it. Like no orders, nothing. No orders, no sales. How the fuck did they get my email to this? Okay, well I'm gonna just, if I can, I'm just gonna close this account. General account management. How to deactivate. Okay, picture my settings account deactivation. Yeah, because this literally has my fucking email on it. I don't know how this got made. But I'm just going to deactivate this shit because I don't want somebody using my email for dumb shit. So I'll just create a brand new one. And that was a saved login for some reason. It's DeadSec. They're back, probably. Alright, so we'll use a different email address now. Yeah, it says Stampede G as a username is already taken. So what the fuck? How did this happen? I bet that somebody got into my account and changed the fucking password, dude. Now it'll say my account's disabled. Yeah, because I disabled it. That's fucking bizarre. This website, Fiverr, remember where I had that guy make the Room 302 badges, the sub icons? For my stream, somebody apparently got into my account and changed the name to Aiden Holmes 13. But they didn't do anything on it. They didn't order anything. They didn't send any messages. They didn't list anything for sale. It just seems like somebody else was able to log into it somehow and change the name to Aiden Holmes 13. I don't know how. So I just went ahead and disabled it, and I'm just going to make a new account. Yeah, a bunch of anime girl drawings. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, if I look up Aiden Holmes 13, it just gives me a bunch of, like, I don't know, soccer players or some shit. So clearly it was just some guy that somehow figured out my shit. Anyways, let's do Stampede with 2 underscores and a G. That'll work. And then we'll try a different password. Okay, that worked. Cool. I need to activate my Yeah, whatever. I made a new account. I'll have to activate it on my phone because I sent it to my phone's email, but I don't know, dude. T-Man, cool. Maybe sometime during March on my week off you can say shit and I'll try to come up with something. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'd love to work with you on it. I mean, it could be Counter-Strike or something. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I would have to check. Like, my most common categories are definitely just chatting. I want to do this for fun. You don't. Oh, I appreciate that, Rose. But like I said, I'd be willing. You and Mag are just too nice. Like, Mag literally refused to let me pay her. He doesn't come by too often anymore, but that's because we're both pretty fucking busy these days. And he does a lot of shit on his off days. But yeah, don't let anybody tell you that I didn't offer to pay Mag like 50 times, because I definitely did. And she kept telling me no because then it would feel like a job. Yeah, I think Silent Hill. I think you're right. I think that's gonna have to be where we go. So I'll have to think about. Damn it, dude. I had an idea for a second. Like, is there a tape? Is there like a cassette tape anywhere in Silent Hill? I could use that with different colors, maybe. Oh, the radio. The Silent Hill radio. Yeah. This fucking thing. This right here. This could be the logo. And we change the color. I think this could work. It looks different depending on the game, though. This is the Silent Hill 2 radio. This is the 2 radio. This is the 3 radio. I'd want to use the 3 radio. That does... I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's gonna work for me. Yeah, this is the Silent Hill 2 radio. So we could do that. We could do the one from 1, 2, and 3. This is the Silent Hill 1 radio right here. But this obviously would be the one we'd have to reference. Hey, what's up, Malum? Yeah, it isn't small or slim. I think this would actually work as a reference photo. I just can't think of any other like logo or icon that would really do it for me. I can write Stampede G written on it, make it look like a faded out marker. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. But, you know, for a sub icon, for a sub badge, it doesn't even necessarily need to have the name on it. It can just be different colored versions of this. But for the logo, yes. For a logo, that would be perfect. But as far as a sub badge, this image here is basically a perfect reference photo, and we could just change the color of this as the months progress, you know? That would be sick. Why did it take me so long to realize that I like Silent Hill? How dumb can one human being be? I literally just sat here for 35 minutes not realizing that I'm a big fan of Silent Hill. You wouldn't be able to see it on a badge. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see the name on a badge, but like I said, we could just do different colored versions of this for the badge, and then the logo could have the name on it. Yeah, there's a few different photos of the one from 3, but that seems to be the best that I can find. Hang on, I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, we went through a lot of revisions on those chainsaws too because it was so hard for like the scaling. Like Twitch just has really fucked up sub badge scaling. And if you don't have like the absolute perfect shape, it just is like really tiny and hard to see. Same with the emote setup, dude. The emotes are so fucking tough to set up and they really shouldn't be. Yeah, like here's a bunch of photos of it from different angles as well. But I like the actual icon the most. This one right here is my favorite one. Yeah, he never hated it. He just said it was tough to see. But I think that's where we should go. Now, I don't know if I still want to do the bronze, silver, gold thing. I think we would just make different colors for different, month. Like the original one should be clean, and then over time it should get bloodier and rustier. I think that would be a good theme to go with, but I wouldn't want to do like bronze, silver, gold like that, just because it wouldn't make sense for Silent Hill theme. For the chainsaws, it makes perfect sense, but for Silent Hill, I don't think it would. Clean, dude. Very true. Oh man, this feels like old times. Dr. Red came around. We got Rose. Rose is like one of the most consistent viewers though. Like, I can't remember the last stream you've missed. Like, you've at least popped in and said hi on the past like 300 streams, Rose. Fucking absolute legend. We got Malum in here. Malum was in here when I would average like 1 to 2 viewers playing Silent Hill 1. And he was coaching me because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. He remembers. He remembers. But no, I'm excited. I'm really excited about that. I think that would be awesome. Calling Sky Rose is very confusing. Well, they asked me to call them Rose. Why would I not? It was a specific request, dude. Yeah, I mean, my understanding was that that was preferred. Unless I'm confused. Oh, speaking of that, sick boy, you saw that picture the other day? I put it in the Discord as like a stitch because I had to use that iPhone feature where it pulls the object out of the photo because the photo behind Snick actually leaked some shit that I didn't need to leak. But look at this shit, dude. This was her after she got her bath. I'm sure you saw it. But this was her after she got her last bath. Now she just looks thrilled to be there. I've never seen a cat look so happy. Looking like a little hedgehog. Something I definitely want to do, especially since I love your streams and I'm off the 3rd week of March and sometime over May to almost August. Also, this is a random question, but when I do the art and you put it on your Twitch stuff, do I get the artist badge? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely you get the artist badge. You and Mag, if you have anything that I'm using on the stream, of course I'm going to give you the artist badge. More than one person can have it. There's some streamers that have like 4 or 5 different people with artist badges.
That's special.
Dracula Vampire Beast. Oh, that's why I have the notifications like that. But appreciate that follow, Dracula Vampire Beast. What's up? Fartist. Wow. Got him. I'm child. Whoa, your badge has disappeared. We gotta love Twitch, dude. Why are your eyes that color? How the freaking crap is it like that? Dr. Red? Just kidding. Oh, are you asking? I'm wearing eyeliner, if that's what you're asking.
That's special.
Okay. What Michael phone is that? Sure, SM7B. What's that? Okay. No, it's a real background. Yeah, it's actually phone panels you can see. I hope that's not him. I hope he didn't make an account called that. No, he wouldn't. Looking like a couple of burner accounts that people have made, though. People who shouldn't be on mature streams, most likely. I wouldn't be surprised. Not even? Okay. Listen, I've been on the internet a long time. I know what test the water trolling looks like, so just relax, just chill. Alright, go back to playing. Okay, that was unnecessary. But no, Silent Hill Radio would be a good sub badge. But again, like, there's no rush on it. If it's something we can work on next month, that'll be totally fine. And then I'll just set you up with an artist badge and we'll be good to go. I'm not about to be chill. You better do something about it. Oh no. I've already said it's the Shure SM7B, dude. I am about to not be chill. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I mean, both following at the exact same time. Okay. Couple of buddies that are in a Discord right now that are just trying to troll. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, people get bored. But yeah, I think that'll be cool. And we can set that up. Yeah, I mean, it's like the dude that came in the other day being like, oh, bro, what do you eat? It's like, dude, you're just going to make a fat joke. Like, it's so fucking obvious. And he just kept asking what my favorite foods are in like these weird, like, obviously trying to bait me into saying something type ways. Like, get out of here. Anyways, don't worry about it. Yeah, I think I showed this when you were here yesterday, Mag, but that fucking footage of DSP on the news, I've been dying laughing at that every time it shows up in my recommended. And a very happy birthday to Philip. Hope today is a happy day full of video games and championship wrestling. From John, William, Richard, and Jordan, and everybody else down at the farms. No, that's totally fine. Yeah, it's no rush. Obviously, we can take our time. Fucked up video that they did that to him. But I mean, he probably doesn't care. Like, he probably didn't give a shit anyway, but it's just funny the way that they did it. The way that they went about it. Let me grab this radio photo. Yeah, this is the best photo that I've seen. And this one actually is already like a thumbnail size, so we could probably work with this and then just scale it, you know? It's trying to save it as a WebP image. Which, I mean, I guess that's fine, as long as I can send it on Discord like that. Yeah. Your name is the same on Discord, right? Oh no, never mind. I see it. I got it. There we go. Yeah, well, I'm not even on Discord all that much, to be honest with you. I'll join in on conversations, but, you know, if it's like in the middle of the work week, I'm just like usually desperately trying to catch up on sleep and working, so I don't get a chance to do that all too often. Oh damn, it looks like somebody remade the diner scene in like the Source engine or something. That's pretty cool, actually. A remake of Silent Hill 1 doesn't even have to be insane like this. No, I've seen like the first 3 episodes of Breaking Bad several times, but I never got any further than that. Like, I've made a concentrated effort to try and watch it, but I just don't have the time, honestly. I know it sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, but I genuinely don't have the time, dude. Yeah, thankfully my work schedule is consistent from week to week. I've worked in corporate environments where it's like a weekly schedule. I don't like Breaking Bad, but that's mostly because drugs are a trigger for me. I don't like discussions of it. Yeah, I remember that was more, Breaking Bad was kind of a turning point for AMC as a fucking channel too, because a lot of people passed on Breaking Bad. The story goes, at least, that a lot of people passed on Breaking Bad, and AMC was not even really known. Yeah, I do work from home. Right now. We have the option to go into the office if we want to, but there's a separate office space, but it's mainly just meant for if our internet is out or there's some other like technical issues going on. That would require us to have to go in the office, but if we have the ability and the internet connection to work from home, we're supposed to be working from home. So that's what we'll do. But yeah, apparently the story goes that AMC took a risk on that, and they weren't really known for like original TV shows, and that really blew them up. And now they have like a bunch of shows under their belt, including The Walking Dead. So deducting a home office. Oh, well, they sent me all of the equipment, really. The only thing that I bought that could be written off would be like peripherals, because I'm not using the peripherals that they gave me. But outside of that, and yeah, I guess the desk too, but I had most of the stuff that I'm using for years, so I guess I couldn't really deduct it. SQ, oh, square footage. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. See, that's the type of shit I don't really even think about, though, dude. I don't usually think to do something like that. It doesn't matter, it's the space. Yeah. That's true, because you do have to section off a small part of either your house or apartment to work from, so that's true. Hey, no problem, Rose. I did go ahead and send you that, so we'll work on that, as DSP would say, behind the scenes, but I appreciate it, you know. We'll get it knocked out. We'll get a sick-ass sub-batch going. I think at this point I would need like 6 or 7 different variations or something like that, but we'll work out all those details later on, so don't worry about that. Have a great rest of the night. We appreciate you hanging out as always. But yeah, it's funny because when we first moved to working from home, I actually really didn't like the idea of it, because I used to always have that mentality that, like, you know, I need a work-home separation. I don't want to be at home all the time, but after about the 3rd month or so, this was like when the pandemic first hit, after about the 3rd month or so, I was like, nah, you know what? I actually really do enjoy not having to commute, and not, it was really the commute. Even though my commute wasn't very far, it was just the fact that I had to commute that sucked, you know, especially when the weather was shitty or something like that, like snow or ice was going on. Yeah, I love it now. I didn't used to. It took a little bit of adjustment just because I'd never done that before, but I do love it now. It can be, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to focus just depending on what you have going on. But if you have like a dedicated space for it, something I would always recommend is just to set up, if you have a guest bedroom or something, set up your office in there. That way when you're not working, you can just close the door and not even think about it. That does give you a small semblance of work-home separation, even if you're working in the same place that you live normally. Because you can just close the door and you don't have to think about it anymore, so. Yeah, work from home is fucking sick though. Welcome on in, by the way. Wrong pinned. I'm sorry. I think you were already here. I just, that was your first couple messages that I actually caught. you have a disability, work from home can be a life changer. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like it opens up so many more opportunities that may not be available if you, even something as simple as, you know, maybe the office isn't handicap accessible or something, you know, automatically that would open up. And there are a lot of remote jobs nowadays for like data entry and stuff. There were already remote jobs for data entry and shit like that before, but like they've exploded since the pandemic happened. And something cool that I used to do on the side was transcription. So basically you would listen to a recorded clip, either a conversation or an interview. Sometimes it would even be a TV interview. And your whole job was just to assign the different people speaking different colors and just type out everything exactly as they were saying it. That's all you had to do. It sounds easy, but if you had a really involved piece, like if there were 6 or 7 different people talking, you'd have to A, be able to discern who's talking, remember the color assignments, and like, it could actually be pretty tough. Like a conversation between 3 people that lasts 20 minutes could probably take you 3 hours to do, depending on how tough it is to hear some shit that they're saying. And you actually got graded on it for how well you did, so. If you did a really bad job, like, your grade on the site would go down and you couldn't make as much money, so it was pretty tough, actually. But it was cool because they would just pay you with, reinvent myself as digital only like Max Headroom, yeah. They would pay you just by PayPal every Monday, so that was cool. Like, you would basically rack up whatever revenue you were going to make for the week, and if you had it finished by Saturday night, that was the cutoff for the pay. If you had it finished by Saturday night, you would just get a decent big payout on Monday. And that was always cool to get that once a week. But it was just so hard to maintain that already working a 40-hour job. Like, I would come home exhausted from the full-time job and still have to like find the time to get up and put 3 or 4 more hours into doing that just to make like $20 a day on the side gig. It was really rough. So I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. But you know, it is cool that options like that are popping up everywhere that people can do full time now instead of just as a side gig. Honestly, even before the pandemic, I didn't really have to go to the office. Yeah. The way my previous company was set up was that if your stats were good enough, they would just allow you to go work from home. Like, basically you would meet with your supervisor and they would come out and just be like, hey, you know, your stats are really good. You know, we don't think that you need to come into the office. So if you want to just take your stuff and go home, you can work from home. But it had to be something that you earned. It wasn't something that you were just automatically given. You had to actually earn it. And you also had to sign this big ass agreement paper that was like, you know, I have a separate space and I won't be distracted by pets and I won't be distracted by kids and I have someone to watch my kids. Like, it was a big, long, like, arduous process to actually get the ability to work from home before. But then once the pandemic hit, they're just like, yeah, everybody just go home. Like, there's no point to this shit anymore. So for the people that were already working from home, that's cool. But yeah, that was not a bad setup to begin with, to be honest. I used to artificially require myself to go in twice a week. Yeah, I had a fusion for a little bit. I would go in a couple times a week for like training stuff, and then I would work from home, and then I would go in, and then I would come home. But then one day I came in and it was just a straight up ghost town. This was like mid-March. Mid-March of 2020 is when they decided, like, hey, everybody just fucking go home and we're just going to call it. Like, nobody comes into the office, you know, mandated company policy. Get out of here. So that ended that. And like I said, for the first week, it was really bizarre because I was so used to, like, being in that office and talking to the people. And I knew, like, everybody's schedule and who I was going to be talking to that day because I knew who would be next to my desk. And then when I didn't have that anymore and I was just like sitting in my bedroom, it was really weird because I'm just sitting there in my bedroom in dead silence, you know, learning this new role. And it was really bizarre at first. But I got used to it. And nowadays I love it. You know, I've been exclusively work from home for going on 3 years now and I fucking love it. So cannot complain too loudly. And, you know, there's still bad days. There's still busy days and stuff like that. But it's like, who cares? Like, anytime I have a bad interaction with a client or something, it's like, I mean, fuck it. Like, you just move on to the next. And as long as you did what you're supposed to do, it won't reflect negatively on you. If somebody flips the fuck out on you, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I don't really want to talk too much about work anymore. I'm so curious what your job is, but I don't want to pry or be too nosy. Yeah, I mean, I just got to be careful, you know, what I talk about and what I reveal. But the only thing I will say is that I'm in the IT industry. That's all I'll say. It's work from home IT. That's about as detailed as I can get. I do want to make a video about this, which I will be doing soon. I was using this last night, actually. It just doesn't have very good onboard mic processing. So I'll probably have to plug the DBX into this. But it does have a good set of I/O, and I was able to get an Xbox plugged into the aux port with a DAC, and it was working just fine. So I want to try to stream on this for like 4 or 5 days straight and see how things work, especially on Tuesdays and Wednesdays where I'm off. I want to do that. But yeah, that'll be cool. And I want to shoot a comparison between this and the Go XLR, just really go in depth as far as the software features and different things. Roland is well known for audio stuff. Like, their voice changers are a lot of what people used on Twitch before things like the Go XLR existed, where you could just press a button and turn on voice effects. A lot of people would have to buy this thing called the Roland VT2 that would give you the voice effects, and then you would just plug that into your audio interface. So they're known for audio stuff and they make good shit. I just haven't really found out the perfect settings yet, and I'm probably just going to have to dial it in and play around with it a little bit more before I really decide on, you know, using this thing full time. But it is a great device. It's built well and different things. Do I know how to code? No, I don't know how to code. Personally, coding has always really not been, it's not been my forte to begin with. I did try to learn how to several years ago, and I just kind of realized quickly that it's not something I really am interested in doing. I respect and appreciate people that can code, but it ain't me. But yeah. I actually need to grab some water really quick. Give me just a sec, you guys. I have not had a fucking drop of water all night. The only thing I drank was coffee, so my mouth is the fucking Sahara Desert right now. Give me just a sec. That's how I feel about animators. I can direct them, but I'm not an animator. Yeah, for sure. Like, the tools that have been developed for my company were created by very talented coders, but I could never, you know, I could never do something like that. And that's okay. I wish I took the initiative to learn it, but the fact is it just made me miserable. You know, coding in general is just something that makes me miserable, and I could never see myself doing it as any kind of career path. Animators are particular creatures. I respect the hell out of them, but I know I'm not one. Exactly. Yep, exactly how I feel about coders. To a T. To a T. Oh yeah, I just remembered this song. Yeah, dude. I used to use this all the time for background. Oh, you can hear the water running in there? You hear that? Okay, it stopped. But yeah. It's interesting, you know. I just think that work from home has kind of exploded, but you do still have to be a particular type of person to enjoy it. It's tough because you do get very stir crazy. And I know, you know, before the company went to a fully work from home strategy, I used to hear from people that had been there a while that they would get in their car and just drive around their neighborhood for a little while just to feel like they got out and to get some vitamin D from the sun. Now, I've never felt compelled or the need to do that every day, but there are definitely certain days where I'm like, I just have to like get out for a little bit. It's rare, it's few and far between, because with streaming, usually this is my outlet, but I need to get something. I need to get, I forget what they call them, but they're basically these LED grids that simulate sunlight and they give you vitamin D. They use them for light therapy all the time. I need to get one of those and leave it at my computer desk during the day so I can be getting some natural light and some vitamin D. Or I could just open my blinds. One of them is a lot less expensive than the other. But yeah. But yeah, sorry. You know, it's interesting. I think overall, and Twitch is part of this too, like people that were already doing Twitch full time, like they actually were some of the luckiest people in all this. And I don't mean lucky as in nothing jealousy, of course, but just in the sense of like it was kind of a right place, right time situation. Like traffic on Twitch in general during the pandemic shot up like 200 to 300% or something crazy like that. And, you know, the fact that they were already there and there was all those additional eyes on it was awesome. Like so many people say, some of the biggest streamers right now are like, yeah, the pandemic was like a huge boost to my stream. Like it's the reason why I can do it full time right now, which is awesome. And, you know, that's one of the few instances where you can find something good and something as shitty as the pandemic and how that all turned out. So, but, you know, I do also on the flip side, I do know a lot of people who lost their jobs and they had to be on the phone with fucking unemployment offices all day, every day, trying to like get someone to respond and figure out where the fuck their money is. So I can imagine how stressful that must have been as well. That probably wasn't fun, I'd have to imagine. But I don't know. I just think overall, Twitch is interesting in that sense because you have people that did benefit a lot from the pandemic and they credited a lot with that. But at the same time, like, hey, Mag is a perfect example too, because Mag told me that she found the stream because she wasn't working at the time and was bored on Twitch. So it's like, you know, even I have the pandemic to thank for something. And I know that might sound weird considering how horrible it might have been for other people, but you know, you got to look on the bright side of things. And I can, you know, that's one thing that I can look on the bright side and say, well, if it wasn't for the pandemic, Mag would have never shown up and I would have never met her. And she wouldn't have been able to help out, you know, with all the shit that she did and just be a massive supporter over the years. Creating an entire YouTube channel, editing and uploading a year worth of fucking VODs, like that is no small feat. That's insane. The amount of work involved in that is unbelievable. So you can't discount how crazy that is. I found your stream because of the pandemic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like a lot of people have told me that as well. Being out of work is horrible. Like and I could have been there myself too. Like there were a few situations at previous jobs. Like if I were at the job that I was at prior to the company I'm working with now, I would have been jobless during the pandemic because they had no work from home strategy. You had to be in office, you had to be connected to the VPN, and there was no way to work from home. So they ended up just temporarily laying everybody off until, you know, things cooled down and they were able to open the offices back up and let people in. But it's like, what am I supposed to do in the meantime? I got rent to pay, bitch. You know what I mean? So if I were at my previous company, that would have been it. I would have been out of work as well, so. But, you know, again, you know, there's two sides to everything. And I've also heard that people found amazing opportunities as a result of getting laid off. You know, they started putting in job applications because they lost their current job and they ended up finding their dream job and shit. You know, it's just been a sea change for so many people. But yeah, I just think going back to what I was talking about with streaming and how much effort you have to put in, like it's funny that Rat would say that, or Rat's Bambino, that guy Ryan, he was like, you're the only person of a lot of my friends who said they wanted to start streaming that's still doing it. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, it's like, I've seen so many situations where people just put like 2 or 3 weeks in and they're like, well, didn't get any traction. I'm just going to give up. Fuck this. It's too hard. This, that, and the other. It's like, dude, 3 weeks is literally less than a drop in the bucket in terms of time investment. Like you've got to do so much more than that to get your stuff off the ground. And getting off the ground means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For some people, getting your stream off the ground is getting partner. Dude, getting partner is fucking really hard. Averaging 75 viewers is extremely difficult in Twitch nowadays with how competitive everything is. Unbelievably difficult. So I think it's best, like I've always said, I think it's best to not look at anything. When you look at my OBS, and I'll show it right here. When you look at my OBS, you literally see hover to view, because I don't look at view count. I don't look at this view stat is gone. They used to show like total amount of views as in people that have clicked on your stream, but they got rid of that. I don't look at sub count. I don't look at follower count. I don't look at viewer count. I just read the names in chat and respond to what's being said, because if you worry too much about the numbers, then you'll get in your own head a lot. You will get in your own head a ton. You'll think to yourself, oh wow, I went to, I took a quick break to go grab some food or get some more coffee, or I went to the bathroom and 3 people left. It's like, well, I guess 3 people didn't think I was worth, sticking around until I got back. Fuck this. And then you'll like get in your own head and, it's terrible. So just don't ever pay attention to your, viewer count or anything like that. That's one of my biggest tips I could give. And that's one of the ways that you can always stay motivated. Because there's that phrase that's like, the number of followers don't matter, the people that are following matter. Or you could say like, the number of people chatting doesn't matter too much, but the individual people do matter based on the questions that they're asking and what they're saying. Like that's value. Because everybody's like, oh well, the content of the stream is you. Yeah, that's true, but without the chat there is no stream, like period. So in my mind, chat is the single most important element of any stream, not just Twitch, YouTube live streaming, anything else. It's all about chat. Because without a chat, there just is no content. Those days I think are over, of like YouTubers just doing Let's Plays and stuff. Like some people can get away with that, but for the most part, they've established an audience from like 10 years ago. I think nowadays it's all about personality-based stuff, and it's all about the chat. I think live is the future in terms of content creation. The YouTube videos were just like the precursor to live streaming. We thought it was cool that you could comment on a YouTuber's stuff and get a response from them, but then the next step logically was to be able to ask them a question live and have them respond, So it's just kind of the natural progression of things and how they worked out. Although I will say 2 things that are also really important is Twitch growth does not just happen by being live a lot. That's not how you grow. And you could call me a hypocrite because I stream so fucking often that yes, I'm kind of the antithesis of what I'm preaching here. But you do not grow while you're live. The way to grow an audience is to start out on, I would say TikTok. I'd say fucking get on TikTok, dude. Don't listen to anybody that says it's a Zoomer app or a Gen Z app. I think those are the same things. Don't listen to anybody, dude. There are so many fucking eyes on TikTok from all age ranges that you need to just put your shit up on there. Put clips on there, put funny videos that you think of up there. Just start uploading on TikTok, because the amount of eyes that are on that app, you never know what's going to happen. You could have a video that blows up out of nowhere, and that could be the spark that starts everything. And again, I'm being a hypocrite because I haven't uploaded anything on TikTok in forever, but I need to start doing it again. But TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, any other socials, sometimes Twitter, but Twitter's a little bit weirder with that. you know, typically with Twitter, you're like, here's a funny clip from my stream, and then check out my stream, and everybody's like, fuck this shameless plug or this, that, and the other. Like, people are very negative on Twitter, so they usually don't get along with self-promotion over there. So I would not recommend Twitter, but the other websites, especially TikTok as an app, definitely upload your stuff on there and promote. But you grow an audience on some other platform. You grow an audience on other platforms, and then you kind of redirect that audience to your Twitch. That's how it works. You have no idea what's happening in people's lives. It's not always you. Yeah, exactly. Like about, just in general, like, you can't let numbers get in your head. Numbers can get in your head very easily when it comes to streaming. Or, you know, like that video we saw yesterday of the guy that was lashing out at his viewers for quote unquote ghosting him. It's like, bro, you don't know what's going on in their lives. Like, they don't have the same time to watch you as you have time to stream. Then what if they have a fucking family emergency? You expect them to blow their family off to come in and say hi in your fucking Twitch stream? Like, no, dude. You're not the most important thing in their lives. Get over it. That's why if people don't show up for a while, I'm like, yeah, they haven't been around, but I'm sure they're doing good. Like, some people will even post in the Discord, like, sorry I haven't been around. Like, Freaksticks did that the other day. He's like, sorry I haven't been around. I'm just super busy here lately. Okay, that's cool. You don't have to explain yourself to me, dude. I'm not entitled to your time. You are generous enough to give me your time, but I'm not entitled to it. So just, you know, come back when you're ready. We'll be here for you. I'll still be here. I'm not going anywhere, that's for sure. But it's not a scorecard. Like, don't ever think of your viewer count or whatever. If you actually do look at it like the live viewer count, it's not a scorecard, so don't think of it that way. That's a very unhealthy mentality. It's only going to lead to problems. Yeah, what if their house is on fire? I fully expect them to find an Ethernet jack, plug the fucking computer up, join my stream, and say, hey, everybody, my house is on fire. I'll be right back. And I'll be waiting for them to come back. Because I will not fucking have it. You better figure it. You better get your fucking insurance claim filed and get back in the stream. Because I need chatters and I need interaction. But yeah, like anything, it's all about perspective. I feel like younger people on Twitch get frustrated when they don't grow quickly because they see so many other successful streamers, but a lot of times they may not realize that those people have been doing it for like 7 or 8 years. And if you were on Twitch just 5 years ago, the difference in the amount of people watching and the amount of people streaming is so vast, it's not, you can't even describe it. You know, if you were streaming in 2017, even in 2017, there was a high likelihood that you were the only person streaming that particular game or that particular genre. Around 2017, I think, is when that came to an end. And then 2018, 2019, that's when we really started to see the explosion of this, like, every single person is now able to stream with minimal effort, which is awesome. Everybody should be able to stream. But that just creates so much competition that growth is near impossible by streaming alone. Unless you're like a pro player or something, then it's really easy to grow because, you know, your organization is behind you. But if you're just an average person doing like casual gaming, it's very, very tough. And that's because there's infinite competition. There's hundreds of millions of people worldwide probably that are streaming. If not, I would say at least tens of millions of people that you're competing with. Maybe not hundreds, but there's definitely tens of millions of people on Twitch. So you should never compare like your numbers with other people. Just focus on just building a welcoming community. That's what you should focus on. And if people recognize that, they vibe with it, they you know, there's mutual respect going on between the viewer and the streamer, that's the most important thing. Building a welcoming community is more valuable than building a community of lots of people. And when I say that, I guess I'm referring to like those two people that came in earlier under the stupid burner account names. some people are afraid to ban people like that just because they're chatting. It's like, well, they're being an asshole and they're berating me, but they're chatting and they're in the chat and they're active, so I'll just leave them alone. I won't ban them. Nah, you gotta ban people like that. And me as a viewer, if I were viewing someone else and they banned somebody that was insulting them, I respect that. I would drop a follow just because you did that. But some people that are like deathly afraid to ban people just because they're active in the chat, even if they're being an asshole to you, nah, man, you gotta have more self-respect than that. Don't sacrifice your self-respect for numbers on Twitch. That shit ain't worth it. Because you'll find out, you'll find out very quickly. All you have is your integrity and your dignity, as far as like a live streamer or somebody that focuses on content creation. So if you just give that up for a little bit of numbers or clout, that's never a good look, ever. And people are smart. They can see it from a mile away. When you're just doing shit for clout, or you're avoiding handling situations because you want numbers, it's obvious. Those things are always gamed by humans. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure they are. But yeah, let me see here. And just like an example, last night, like we had this raid from Ghost SFO. He's a big Street Fighter streamer. It shows the number of people that he raided with, but I still don't see the viewer count. So I'm just looking at names in chat. I made an ass of myself last night because I lost so much, but it's like, you just gotta laugh at yourself sometimes, dude. Don't be too fucking prideful. I took like fucking 30 L's in a row and I just started laughing. It's like, it reminded me of like going to a comedy club and somebody bombs really bad. You know what I mean? That shit just got funny after a while. Like there's all these people just watching me get my ass beat, and just the absurdity of it. It's hilarious. Authenticity is hard to fake, for sure. And I think sometimes people assume that viewers can't see it or they can't tell. Nah, man, you need to give people more credit. They can tell when you're being fake, and they can tell when you're being real, always, 100% of the time. Because just like with anything else, there's always somebody that's better at it than you. So just because you can't tell when other people are being fake doesn't mean they can't tell when you're being fake. They can absolutely tell when you're being fake as fuck. And it's always been that way. My dad told me that from a young age. He's like, anything you try to do, there will always be somebody that's vastly better than you. So don't try to be the best in the world, just try to compete with the best. And I think that's good advice. He's like, don't try to be the best in the world, just try to compete and do something unique as you compete. And that can be, that can in some ways be more valuable. Not to say that you can't become the best in the world at something. Some people can, but the reality of things is that most people never get there. If you're especially if you're in a competitive industry, the chances that you'll become number one in that industry are so minimal. Like, you probably have a better chance of winning 3 Powerballs and getting struck by lightning all within the same hour. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't focus your goals on that. It's good to have ambition, but you shouldn't try to say to yourself, like, yes, I want to be the #1 streamer in the world someday. Like, that's just, like I said, it's good to have ambition, but you should keep goals like that in the rear view until you actually have the ability to get, like, say for example, you want to be the #1 streamer in the world, okay? You're averaging a few hundred viewers. That goal is just going to make you depressed because it's going to be so difficult to get yourself there. But if you've worked and you've scratched and clawed and grinded your way up, and now you're averaging like 15,000 viewers, that goal is suddenly within striking distance. Maybe that would actually motivate you at that point. But I don't think it's helpful to have these crazy ambitious goals when that goal is not within your grasp realistically. You know what I mean? Be ambitious, but don't be deluded, is what I'm trying to say. Because delusion is never healthy for that type of thing. You want to be the best fighting game player in the world. It's like, okay, well, you better be ready to outwork the best fighting game players in the world. You got 12 hours a day to practice, motherfucker, because if you don't, you're not going to get there. I want to be the best. I want to be the #1 streamer in the world. Okay, is it your full-time job? No? Okay, well, you can't put in as much time as the #1 streamers in the world, so automatically you're majorly handicapped there. You know what I mean? It's like just the disparity in the ability to invest time is a big deal. And, you know, sometimes something really changes your perspective when it becomes your full-time job. So you could, like, just an example for me, where my job is not related to Twitch streaming whatsoever. If Twitch streaming were to someday become my job, I don't know if I could do it as a full-time job, because this is what I do to decompress and to get work situations and work stress out of my brain and just, you know, take a few hours to myself and not worry about stressful work-related situations. So if it were to become a thing that this was my full-time job, I don't know if I would like it. You know, it could very well be that I learned to hate streaming. And so it's tough. You got to find the right dynamic of what you can use to pay the bills and what you do to decompress and what you do to relax. Because you know, it's like that whole saying of like, if you're a DJ and you love music, you know, you just got done with an 8-hour set. The last thing you're going to want to do when you get home is listen to music. And it's the same way with anything else. You know, you're a pro fighting game player. You're a pro gamer in general. You spent 8 hours playing this fucking game. When you turn the stream off, the last thing you want to do is play video games. You'd probably rather gouge your own eyes out than play another video game. At least in that day. So, is this the TV show Peaky Blinders? What is Peaky Blinders? What's up, by the way, Streaming Fist? No, I just, you know, Panda's got me thinking about all kinds of, like, you know, all kinds of mental stuff in regards to streaming. Like, he always gets me thinking about some insightful shit, dude. I was just thinking about, like, general advice and stuff that I've learned over the years that have helped me stay motivated, even if things aren't, you know, very active. You just gotta, you know, keep the right perspective and not worry too much about things. Just enjoy yourself. Like, I've had a few streams where, yes, chat is not very active, but you know what? I still had a shit ton of fun because I was playing a game I really enjoy, and I never felt like any time was wasted. You should never think that if chat is not active, then time was wasted. That's not how the shit works. Like, did you enjoy yourself or not? That's really all you should ask. If you didn't enjoy yourself and you made an ass of yourself, then yeah, you could say that was a negative experience. But if you had fun and like the stream was cool and you enjoyed it, it helped you decompress, then yeah, it was a success. Don't worry about like whether or not just stop thinking about it as a business type thing, you know what I mean? Or success or failure. Just think about it as, I just did this shit to have fun. It's just a hobby that I do. I say this all the time. There's a reason I don't have like a follow goal or a sub goal posted fucking anywhere, because that's not what I'm doing it for. If my sole purpose was to grow numbers, then yes, I would have a follower goal and a sub goal on stream. I don't have that right now. And yes, it has been proven that putting follower and sub goals and different things on your stream does incentivize people to do those things. So is it stupid that I'm not doing it? Probably. It's a gangster show set in 1930s England where Cillian Murphy befriends and double crosses several times per episode. How does that relate to me? I've never double crossed anybody, dude. I'm just a hardworking, honest American. I thought you were talking about horse races for a second. No, just talking about streaming and the mentality that goes into it. But I do think, you know, it makes me sad when I hear my friends are like, yeah, I want to stream, but nobody ever watches. And I'm like, okay, well, how often do you stream? And they're like, I tried like a few weekends in a row and nobody watched. It's like, yeah, because you haven't had any time to like build consistency. Like, you gotta build consistency. You gotta be live at the same time every fucking night. You gotta do several days in a row. You're not even giving people the opportunity to find your stuff. If it's like once a week, it has to be a minimum of 3 to 4 days a week if you're just starting out, especially. And if you're a fucking maniac like me, you do 30 days in a row constantly. Which, by the way, I didn't even update my title, but this is day 6. But that's the thing, like, the majority of people that show up and talk, they showed up in a 72-day marathon that I did a couple of years ago. Like, the majority of people that I've met through Twitch, it was because of either Street Fighter or Silent Hill or Resident Evil. And they showed up in this 72 insane fucking day marathon that I did. I genuinely wanted to do a year straight, but it just didn't turn out to be realistic because I couldn't catch up on sleep, and I was getting, not depressed, but it was starting to weigh on me mentally that I had to be live every day. You know, being on camera, being under the lights every single day really starts to wear on you after a while. But building, like I said, building regulars, building a welcoming community, that should be your main focus. Don't worry about numbers or any of that bullshit. Don't even think about numbers. You know, it's just like dating. If you're thinking about your rating out of 10 versus some girl's rating out of 10, like you already have a bad mentality. Like, you're just not thinking about it correctly. Just get the number shit out of your head, or do whatever you can to hide that from yourself, and just focus on, you know, having fun and enjoying it. I know it sounds cliche as fuck, but it's very true when it comes to Twitch. And don't take yourself too seriously. Holy shit, that's what DSP and Wings of Redemption and those types of guys, Low Tier God, those guys take themselves way too seriously, and they get trolled into infinity because of it. If you're able to laugh at yourself, it helps your community have fun too. So, like, Street Fighter is a perfect example, dude. I get fucking absolutely wrecked in Street Fighter. It's like, you know, anybody like Deltron, like OG, like Brent, like OG, like Deltron, like Zeus, any of those dudes will just wipe the fucking floor with me, and it makes me feel it's a little bit embarrassed. It's like, damn, I look so stupid right now, but at the same time, it's funny. Like, you just laugh at it, dude. Just fucking laugh at yourself sometimes. Not a damn thing wrong with it. Everybody takes L's every now and then. Because if you take yourself too seriously, then you end up like DSP, where you can't take any joke seriously and you just start banning people and getting angry all the time. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to live my life 24/7 being pissed off about what people in Twitch chat or whatever else say, because that's just a horrible idea. Jesus, dude, the fucking Grammys. Can't think of anything more worthless. But yeah. Dude, this is why I don't go on Twitter. Literally, I've been on Twitter for like 10 seconds. I'm already like, fuck this world and everybody that lives in it. And anyways, dude, I'm sorry for the shorter stream tonight, you guys. We'll finish Dead Rising tonight, I promise. I'm off Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so Monday night is technically my Friday night. So we'll do a long ass stream. I'll start a little bit earlier. We'll finish Dead Rising, and we'll move on to something else. Maybe Silent Hill Homecoming. I don't know. but we'll actually get into some video games. I'll break out the green screen and we'll play some shit. You know, just felt like talking and watching some videos tonight. It's always a nice sort of palate cleanser to all the gameplay. But either way, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Mag, Panda, Rose, Dr. Red, Sick, everybody else that was here tonight, Dave included, lots of other people as well, Jordan. And yeah, I will talk to you guys tonight. Of course, we're doing a 30-day challenge, so I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm no life in this shit till the cows come home. Either way, you guys have a great rest of the night. I'll talk to you tonight.